Hang on, this wasn't planned at all. This is an emergent message. And Spirit's like, get on and get on now, and that just hurt my hand. Ouch. Ouch, I hurt my hand. Ouch. Okay, hi guys. Coming on right now. And I'm struggling, so forgive me. I didn't expect to be live right now. Matter of fact, I spent the day. Layla, can you turn that off? Actually, I can't have it on. As you can hear that, I spent the day clearing my chakras and meditating because that's what Spirit wanted me to do. A little bit of a recharge, a little bit of a getting connected, grounding, all that kind of stuff. I needed to cleanse my system, and now I think I know why. So if you do come on and watch me, just know I won't be checking your comments. I'm coming on with an urgent message from Spirit. So I just started getting these crazy nudges, you guys. Crazy nudges. I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm not sure. This energy that I'm feeling is a little bit off the charts. Crazy off the charts. Okay, that's the best way to put it. I do have a really long channeled message that came through. It was urgent. They're like, grab a pen and paper now, and I'm like, okay. So I was literally spent the day. I worked out. You know, day 3 of our hardcore workout was completely awesome. And then I'm meditating, cleansing my chakras, and then I decided to watch a movie with my kiddos, or at least one of them. The other one didn't want to, but that's okay. So I was watching a movie, and for those of you who did the last workshop with me, the ruby rays, I don't remember exactly what happened in that, but they're pointing to that workshop. So I kept seeing the ruby rays, and they came through and told me to create a wand, the ruby ray wand. I have to create a wand for the ruby rays, and I have my ruby right here, and they're like, use it. And I'm like, but I don't want to. My dad gave it to me when he died, 22. Or he gave it, this is one of the only things he gave to me before he died, actually. And these are real rubies, and they're quite expensive. And they're like, use it. So I have to use this and create a ruby ray wand. Yeah, I if you guys remember that did that workshop with me, anything that was said in there, please let me know, because I'm completely flabbergasted. I cannot remember much of it other than the visuals I'm getting of it. How we went to the ashram of Shakti, right? And so Shakti is the one who came through right now with an urgent message, you guys. This is like, my energy's like, the message is completely urgent. Something is happening. Okay, so in the workshop we did last, Shakti has now become one of my guides. Okay, Shakti embodies all goddesses. She's very quite powerful. She is a master. She's like, she embodies all goddess energy. That's the best way I can describe it. She did come through with a message, and 333, it was 222, now it's 333. She told me to create the ruby ray wand. So I'm sitting here, I think I've used my hand to clean off my workspace because I haven't created a wand in a minute since I sent all those out at Christmas time. And I created my twin flame wand, and then like I had to kind of digest that. But I'm like, where do I begin with this? This is nuts, you guys. So I won't necessarily be reading the comments on this one. I had to come on because they told me to. So I wasn't even ready. You can kind of tell I'm in my chill mode. Like I said, I worked out all morning, and then they pushed for me to meditate and cleanse my chakras. So I've been cleaning my chakras since yesterday. And then I was meditating all day today. I have an urgent message for you guys to give you, okay? And I don't know exactly what is happening. It deals with God, I can tell you that, okay? Because I see his hand, much like when we did the Christ Light workshop where I brought down Christ Light. Those that did these workshops with me, 444. This is nuts. We'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Those that didn't might be a little bit like, what is she talking about? That's okay. I guess I gotta introduce myself. It's Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer. I'm not your run-of-the-mill light worker or star seed. Watch all my videos. If you're new here, I encourage you to do so to kind of understand what I'm talking about. However, those of you who've watched me many times over, have done my workshops, what up? I'm back. My energy is sporadic. You have to forgive me. So like I said, they've been pushing me. I did a lot of meditating like crazy since yesterday. I couldn't get my mind to calm down. It was a struggle. It truly was. And so I spent the day cleansing my chakras, trying to reconnect. I've had issues uploading videos, so I'm like, I'm taking a day off. Screw this noise. And then something happened today. Okay, so I was literally meditating and I went through a portal. It opened up and they had me walk through, and I gladly walked through. I did question that my twin flame wasn't with me, and they said that's not for me to worry about, 555. So I do ask everybody to pray for that. But I don't know why I feel like this has something to do with that situation, because it was blocking God's love from coming down. So unfortunately, that allowed some darkness to block the love to come down. I know that sounds nuts. Just watch all the videos on my channel. You'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to read this message that I had to write it down quickly. They were like, grab a pen and paper. And I'm like, okay. And I wrote the message down. So a shift is occurring. It's already occurring, but it's going to continue occurring. So the way I'm getting a visual. It's like God's hand came down and said, boom, enough is enough. Kind of a thing. And a shift has occurred. Okay. That's the best way I can describe it. But they first started nudging me to do the Ruby Ray. I'm going back to the Ruby Ray workshop I did last time. It was a 2-part workshop. The first one was Jesus, as you all know him, or Lord Sananda, came down and used his blood to cleanse karma and do a karmic shift for those to see the karma they needed to see, and for those to have it cleared that needed to have it cleared. Part 2 of that, we went to the ashram with Shakti, and they did a Ruby Ray light clearing, cleansing, and another shift. And so that's what she said, is it was going to cause a huge energetic shift. Okay, I'm kind of trying to calm my energy down. You'll have to forgive me, because Spirit was like, do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, ah! So I had to shift everything I was doing. I had to finish the movie with my kid. I'm like, I got to create a wand. I got to create a wand. And my sweet daughter's like, yay, I get to craft. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, no, something's happening to me. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to give you the message that they channeled through me. These are very important words. Okay. It's part of creating the shift, because that's what I do. That's who I am. And so all I can tell you is, after this, keep your eyes peeled. And I am asking that we pray for the twin flames. However, they're saying that's not necessary. It's like God's hand came down, literally I can see it, and it's like boom, it's like done. Like, it's, how do I explain this the best way? It's really hard to kind of explain in layman's terms. Let me read the message, okay? And then they did want me to grab 2 decks out, so I grabbed the Lemurian deck and my Elemental Oracles, the ones that they told me to grab, okay? So that's what I've grabbed. I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's happening. I got to walk through a portal today. That's all I know. And I went to the Garden of Eden and sat on a wooden swing, and it was mahogany. And they told me I was like mahogany. And I cried. I'm like, that's beautiful. Like, how simple and retarded a little bit, but it was absolutely beautiful. And then I went through a portal. So I don't know what's happening. I know I opened up all the portals, but let me read the message 222 before I just keep going crazy, because that's the most important part of this video, is the messages and the shift that I'm feeling. Okay? Hi everybody, to all of you. Just know that I've got this in me. I've got to clear. I've got these messages I've got to give. So that's kind of my purpose here right now. Okay? But I'm with you. I see you. I love you. Thank you for being here. So the message came through from Shakti, like I said, Athena, and Malichai. Goddess Athena has been with me since my awakening. She's even in my astrological chart. And so that was the coolest part, is that it actually showed her coming through for me. And so she's always been with me. Shakti is new in my menagerie. She is now one of my also right-hand people. And then Malichai is my twin flames guide, one of them. But he also comes through for me too. And I don't know why they want me to say that, but they are. Okay. Calm my energy, because this was, I don't understand what's happening. So the best way I can I see God's hand, and it is like, no more kind of energy. Okay? It's like, no more. This is done. You can't block the love of God and expect to get away with that kind of a thing. All right. But I think it is also more than that. Okay? This ties into the workshops I did with Jesus bringing down God's light, and then Jesus using his blood to cleanse the earth. That was the workshop we did last, 11:01, when I said that. It's all recorded, just like everything else I'm about to be showing you guys, and Mount Shasta was and stuff. So, do I fully understand 11:11, all of this? No, but I do and I don't, right? It's a little hard to understand our logical mind, but on a spiritual level, it's absolutely making sense. So, here we go. This is their message that they channeled. I just literally wrote it down, and they're like, you need to get on and share it. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? Like, I look like I'm not even ready for a live, right? They're like, do it. And so I said, okay. Here's their message. The rays of justice are serving. All will be aligned. Too many stones unnerving, serving the hands of time. Then I wrote justice and time. Truth be told, justice in the hands of time. Releasing the bones unnerving. Truth in the sands of time. The darkness, the light, the stories untold. All be one in his hands we hold. And that's when I saw God's hand. The lightness, it is time. The bringer of the path of the one. Her heart is now aligned. And I kind of felt that was me. Remember who you are. It's time. I could cry when I said that. This is making me really emotional. Truth be told, let the darkness now unfold. Amen. And then I thought I was done, and it kept going. Darkness holds the hands of time. We are shifting now to realign. 1333. Movement is great, shifting is plenty. We won the battle, elimination of plenty. Greed, injustice, jealousy of kind is all undone through the great rewind. Stand in light through the calmness of mind. I'm releasing, forgive me, and reading energy. Darkness will not block unconditional love. Hold on to light and love through the great rewind. Truth be told, we are now realigned. So I'm going to read it one more time. Hopefully I don't burst and interrupt it throughout, but it's very important, and I got very emotional. I don't know what happened. Something happened, and some more is coming. The rays of justice are serving all, will be aligned. Too many stones unnerving, serving the hands of time, justice and time. Truth be told, justice in the hands of time, releasing the bones unnerving. This is crazy. Truth in the sands of time. The darkness, the light, the stories untold, all be one in his hands we hold. The lightness, it is time. The bringer of the path of the one, her heart is now aligned. Remember who you are, it's time. Truth be told, let the darkness now unfold. Darkness holds the hands of time. We are shifting now to realign. Movement is great. Shifting is plenty. We won the battle, elimination of plenty. Greed, injustice, jealousy of kind is all undone through the great rewind. Oh. Forgive me, my nose just went nuts. Stand in light through the calmness of mind. That's an important sentence. Stand in light through the calmness of mind. Darkness will not block unconditional love. Hold on to light and love through the great rewind. Truth be told, we are now realigned. So I'm going to go back to this one line. Her heart is now aligned. So that also goes with what I had to do. I had to let pure forgiveness run through me and love for my twin flame also today. And I did. Of course I did. So I don't know all what this means. I don't know all what is happening and what's coming, but they wanted me to put it out there. I encourage you to listen to that message, write it down a few times over, like listen to it as many times as you need to, write it down so you understand it too. If you need to, like it's a big deal. This was an urgent message from Spirit, 1717. The synchronicities in this video are also astounding. Again, it was from Shakti, who is embodiment of all gods and goddesses, really, all goddesses. And then Goddess Athena and Malichai. Something big is happening. Something really big happened today and is going to continue happening. And I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you that I see God's hand correcting the situation. I see God's hand and energy causing the realignment. Does that make sense? That's what I see. And as I was writing this, that's what I saw. And that was with the all be one in his hands we hold. This was one of the weirdest messages I've ever had come through. And I've had some weird ones come through, you guys. And they always come through in rhymes. Don't think they don't. Words are what I say, spells. It is like spell casting. And so I don't know if that's what I'm doing right now, because that's been what I've done before. They've come through and they've actually been like a spell casting type of a thing. And so I don't know if that's what I'm doing or if the shift already occurred. It's occurring. That's what they're saying. It's occurring, and this is a part of it. And I'm being like nudged to make a ruby wand. So there's not a lot of people on here, and I'm not even sure what happened to the people that watched did my workshop last. I haven't seen them in a minute. I know one of them lost a loved one, so my heart does go out to her deeply. That is happening all over the place. However, I'm being nudged to now create a wand of the ruby rays. The shift to loving ways. Hi, Yumi D. You were in the workshop, right, of the ruby rays? There's something in that workshop coming through, and I don't understand. I don't remember what I channeled. It's like I'm feeling this immediate, just urgent energy. It's absolutely insane. So just know I'm going to start making some wands with the ruby rays. I only have one expensive ruby, so I'm going to keep that one. I don't know what's wrong with my throat all of a sudden. Yes, okay. Yeah, I don't remember much about, I never remember much about everything that was channeled in those, but it has something to do with that as well. So something to do with the ruby rays, because first they told me to make the wand for the ruby rays, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting up, I'm going to do it. And then I grab a pen and paper, and I'm like, okay, I grabbed a pen and paper, and then I started do the channel writing, and I thought it stopped twice, and it kept going. So it's huge. 2022. I could cry. That's how I feel right now. I could just absolutely cry my eyes out. Like, let me pull the cards now and see what they have to say. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to give you an update on my hand just because I have my little black deck that's like that big, the Love Oracle cards, which I hate pulling because they're never positive anymore. But I shuffled them normally, so I was able to like do that. I was so proud. These are too big. But I was able to actually shuffle my deck like normal. Let's see if I can do it. Not quite on the bigger decks yet. But the fact that I did it on my little deck, I have to share that moment because that was huge. That was absolutely huge for me. So I've made some progress on my hand. I was able to do a little bit more today. I was able to feed myself better, like be able to do this kind of a thing with my hand. That's huge. So there's a positive. 21, 22, and the synchronicities on this videos are off the chart. I'm overwhelmed. That's the best thing I can say. I'm like flooding with emotions. I don't know what's happening. I mean, all the way. I kind of get it. I kind of understand it. I wish I remembered what was channeled in the Ruby Light, the Ruby Ray workshop. It's about Ruby Rays as well. Oh my gosh, something was said in that workshop, and I, for the love of God, cannot remember it. Because when I channel, I'm just a channel. I don't make these things up, so I cannot always remember them. Sometimes the details come back in for important messages, but I don't remember what was said in that workshop, but it has something to do with this as well. Whatever that's worth. So if you did that workshop, I encourage you to actually listen to it again, and I encourage you to watch this video again, 2222, and write this message down. Just so you kind of have it as like a record, because I don't know what's coming after this. There was a lot of releasing more souls and healing. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought so too, but I don't remember like the message. I think it had to do with like the channeled message. It frustrates me when they do this. I'm like, come on, Spirit, you know? But I have to make a wand of the Ruby Rays. So I'm going to try to make a few of them, but only one's going to have my ruby in it because I only have one. It's really expensive. And that was my dad's. So I'm like, but I'm going to do my best to replicate the energy of the one and create a few from the Ruby Ray workshop. I don't know why they're telling me to do that, but I need to do that. It's something about Lemuria and Atlantis energy and healing wands that relate to that. So hang on, they want a few cards too. I gotta do 3 Lemuria cards and 2 Oracle Elementals. So what do we need? That kind of reiterates this message. Please show me. What is going on, Spirit? What is this about? Forgive me, I was not planning to be live. Otherwise, I'd have been a little cuter. I'm trying to do really well with that. Forgive me, I just tweaked my hand a little bit there. There was 2 there. And my dog is sick, you guys. I don't know what's up. It was weird because I like touched her. And remember the first thing they called the, I was like, she has corona. Isn't that weird? They don't call it that anymore. That's what they first named it. I think my dog has corona. I don't know. Okay. So I got those cards. See if I can finish out message. And then I've got to make a wand. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of tonight. But please feel free to watch this video again, 2444, to decipher that message. It's just like any kind of message from Spirit. If they're cryptic, right? They can be cryptic, but they're also like not at the same time. So just be mindful of that. It might have more meaning than what's on the surface. And I don't know if I'm spell casting because I've done that before too. because that's who I am. That's what I do with this ascension. A lot of it comes through me. You can see that with the Sun Portal one, right? It's kind of like the same kind of thing. Okay, got it. Let's see what they are. Okay, I'm going to go to these first because this one stuck out to me right away. Ooh, my goodness. This is very interesting. They were not right next to each other, but I got to number 23 and 24. So I got cleansing storms. All right, this is totally about taking back what's ours. Making things right. And sometimes that requires storms. Sometimes that requires unnerving situations and lightning, just like a sudden change, okay? And so this goes with everything I've said in this message, is all of a sudden I felt there was a sudden shift, and Spirit's like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and now share my message. And I'm like, so much going on. And so this truly is about cleansing storms. There's more than meets the eye. And then we have winds of change, changing winds, okay? So the cleansing storms are here to create the change, okay? So we've got big changes at play right now, and it might not be comfortable for all. You know, they can only say things so many times is what I'm hearing. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. All I can tell you guys is what they're giving me. So we have cleansing storms and changing winds. And if you look at this one, it almost looks like a tornado, right? It's like it comes in and it swiftly changes things to cleanse them. And of course, there's my crow. You guys, I've had crows show up the last 3 days, and I haven't seen them in months. And they've been just constantly showing up. So there's no coincidences here at all. They are messengers of change. Crows are big time messengers of change. They also watch the things that I've done. Like when I did the Jesus thing through my thing, and I was in Skagway, they were everywhere I went. Even Sean that was with me that day, he was like, this is overwhelming. I'm like, see, now you know what I mean. He's like, no, yeah, you can't deny that. So it's very true. They're very relevant and very powerful creatures. And for some, the crows are coming into play right now. But I'm hearing cleansing storms and change with wind. Okay, and so they are bringing in the changes. They are bringing them in. Now. They're bringing them in now, is what I keep hearing this. And they have me walk through a portal first. So I'm protected. Just pray for the twin souls. But then I have this card, which I want to cry. So right before I did all this, I had me. This is passion, pure from the soul. Passion, but you see she's crying. Like I can't, cleansing storms. Like this kind of is reminding me of that a little bit. It's like the cleansing is occurring. Okay. Hi, Domina. I encourage you guys to watch this all through from the beginning. Okay. Because this was one of the craziest messages I've ever did. I didn't plan on being live tonight. I wanted to earlier today and I couldn't. I had to meditate and cleanse my chakras, and now I know why. So this was a little bit unplanned, okay? And it's making me quite emotional, so I'm going to have to let this digest. I'll probably do my messages on Wednesday. I'll come on and do one then, okay? 29, 22, Tuesday or Wednesday in the evening. So just keep your eyes peeled. I will do another live, probably Tuesday evening. I have an interview and a coaching session Tuesday, so I'll probably do it in the evening. But you have to forgive me. This is an overwhelming message. It's not even just a message. Like I feel it in the depths of my soul, and it has everything to do with the Ruby Ray one and God's hand serving justice. Okay, so we have cleansing storms, changing winds, and the soul, passion, the soul. Like I can't make this stuff up. And you see how the trees are all barren, but it's like new life being reborn. Oh my gosh. All right. And then I have life force energy. Okay. Life force energy. It is about ultimate power being returned. That's what I'm hearing in this card. Life force energy is that we have all of our, there's a lot coming through on this one. The likeness being returned. That's what I keep hearing in this one. It's like everything we are is now realigned, and we are open to receive and to give. And that's what this was about. Okay, it's life force energy. It's about aligning just right to the forces that be, that are in us, that are all around us. And the dolphins are also sticking out for me as, like, again with the animals, it's like we are all connected, we are all one. Life force energy, we are all connected, we are all one, we are all in tune with the frequencies of love and light. 3131. And everything will now be all right. So open up your soul, open up your heart, and allow the light to shine. Okay? Then we have reclaim your energy. Like, I cannot make this up. Cannot make this up. Reclaim your energy. Call back your power, but this is truly about reclaiming our energy, you guys, and that goes with the channel. This all goes with the channeled message greatly. I cannot make this up. It's about, again, life force being realigned and everything being made right. And there are multiple layers of healing that have occurred, and it's just time. And then we have third eye chakra, pineal perspective. This is about intuition and listening to our guidance and allowing everything to be just right. But it's also about further awakening where we should be. Powers in the right hands is also what I'm hearing here. Number 8 is about pure self-reflection, self-divinity, and self-growth. And so do your best to focus on your third eye and also your crown chakra, I'm hearing too. That way you're able to receive these downloads, because there's a massive shift going on. So like I said, I had to walk through a portal before I did this. And now I have to create ruby ray wands that go with that workshop that I did. The same energy. And I'm not quite understanding fully everything that's happening, except for it's making me very, very emotional. That's all I know. It's like an overwhelming feeling. 3323. Very emotional. So just be prepared. 3333. The only thing that I'm not clear about is if the storms have already occurred or if they're about to occur. But I am seeing major shifting occurring. 3343 when I said that. So please do your best to remain open, aligned, and in pure divinity. 3353, because God is shifting some stuff. Okay, He's realigning what needs to be where it needs to be. And that's the best thing I can say. The line that I keep hearing out of today's channel message repeatedly is, where was it? Darkness will not block unconditional love. That was not a good thing. And so I think that was in one of the workshops, is that they said balance will be restored. Isn't that right? I swear that was in one of the workshops. Balance will now be restored. And God threw out forgiveness, but God came in and gave a message, and He said forgiveness is there and balance will be restored. 3444. So this has everything to do with that, you guys. This has everything to do with the balance being restored. Okay? Yeah. And the crazy thing is I had to go through a portal. I had to do forgiveness in my heart and open it up. So I spent the day expanding my chakras, clearing my chakras, meditating like crazy since yesterday. And I've been having to fight that fight. Those of you who know my channel, know what happened, are quite aware of that. It's been a battle that I have been fighting on a daily basis. And there was a shift today. Okay? So I'm sorry for the abrupt messages, that it wasn't a normal live. I know on Sundays I usually do my live and messages. Was not prepared. I spent the day trying to work on my hand, which 35, 33, I am getting it further. Look, I'm actually bending it further. Been working hard on it. I don't know, you guys. Just be diligent. I would meditate like crazy, because there's portals open. 35, 55. So that is the way we receive these downloads. That is the way to ascension, you guys, is being able to consciously realign, consciously align. And I don't know exactly what's happening, if it already has happened or if it's about to occur through this message, through this spell. It seems like spell casting to me a little bit that I just did. And what I keep hearing is darkness holds the hand of time. We are shifting now to realign. So pray for my twin flame and all the twin flames. That's all I can say. And anybody who is not in the light. And Lord, help us all, because I have never, ever pulled these two cards before together. Ever. Ever. Matter of fact, I've never pulled this one at all. I've pulled the changing winds many times, but not the cleansing storms. And so I think really it's truly about God, His work to help realign this, and it went into God's hands, because it's probably not a good thing that they blocked unconditional love. And He straight said that it was going to be brought back into balance somehow. And so I have a feeling that since either my twin flame did it himself, I don't know, because I don't know him anymore. He left me here. Or God did it for him. So just be ready for huge shifts, okay, you guys? And I'm also seeing waterways, and I am seeing more volcanoes erupting and more earthquakes coming. But I feel like that's just going to be a continual for the next year. Okay? So I do apologize about my videos too. I've had some major technical difficulties. I think it has to do with retrograde and then the shifting in my career and everything, and so being able to afford everything right now is very difficult for me, because I don't make money off this channel yet. I pay for it. So bear with me. The Fiji video will be coming, and do your due diligence. Watch the ones that I post, because even if you did those workshops or not, you may be able to heal and ascend through them for what is for you, and you are open to receive. And if you've done them before, do them again, because it's always different the second time around, because we heal in layers, we receive in layers, and it's a continual journey. If it wasn't that way, it would be boring as hell, and we would end very quickly. 38, 33. Okay? So much love to all of you. I have to go and process this message, 38, 38, when I said that too. And I need to make my Ruby Ray wands now, and I haven't made a wand with both my hands, so this is going to be quite fun and probably good stretching for my hand. I will show you the wands though as soon as I get them done, just to kind of show you what channeled through me, because it has to do with the Ruby Rays. So much love to all of you. I will come on Tuesday and do messages, okay? I'll post it for about 5 p.m. my time on Tuesday. Okay? Until then, stay safe, stay in light, and keep your chakras open. Do your work, cleanse your chakras, and meditate like crazy. That's all I can tell you, because that's the only way you're going to be able to receive. Use my stuff on my channel. Use the meditations. Use the clearing of Mount Shasta. Those things are always healing. Okay? You're so welcome. I love you guys, and this was what they wanted me to do, so I did it. It is for you guys to receive and to hold on to until it fully makes sense. Okay? Big shifts are coming. I'll see you soon. Okay? Bye, you guys. Bye, Roger. Bye, Amy. Bye, Amy. Bye, Donita. Love you all very, very, very mucho. Mwah. See you soon. Tuesday, messages coming your way.